Let's set this up. Super chats, 30. 3 hours. What's up, everybody? How are you doing? Good to see everyone. Okay. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Let's get everything kind of going here. Hello, Melissa. How are you? Oh, man. It is full. I know. Good timing. What's up, Ricky? Okay, let's cover some of the stuff from yesterday and get it all fixed up here. Let's trim these flowers off. So we got this guy ready to go. So I'm going to show you as we go through what we have going. Where did I put my little flashlight? Damn it. It's in my pocket. Nope, not that one. There we go. Sorry. Little slow on the take there. All right, so we got to trim this guy up. There is one from yesterday. And pop it back out. Okay, we got to trim this guy up. We're going to bring it out. Oh, man, I wish it wasn't so cold in the morning right now. All right, this flower is done. A little close to my face right there. So this is version number 2 from yesterday. 55, yeah, lucky you. And we got those colors bouncing through from yesterday. So that is flower number 2 from yesterday. Let's go ahead and get that one trimmed up. Yeah, we are turning and burning. Right now I'm just trimming up from yesterday's production. And I always show what happens the day before, or from the day before. So this is kind of like a on live kiln reveal. Hey, Cruising, how are you? John, what's up? Mark, hello. Colleen, how are you doing? All right, let's trim all this up. I do have some new items to show, though. We have the uranium flower. We have the Lucy flower, which is unbelievable. How did the hummingbird go? Hummingbird went fine. That's like, hummingbirds, I could literally do it in my sleep. Oh, got to pull 1 more inch off there. Yeah, hummingbird I can literally do in my sleep. That's easy. Yeah, a couple 100,000 of those over 30 years. Could do it blindfolded. All right, let's trim this off. Damn it. Except I can't get the rod to crack off. There we go. About time. Okay, one more here to show, which is the normal version. Then I got some cool stuff to show you guys, some newer items. So this is the cranberry rose that we got with the gold. I absolutely love this color. This is just straight up gold and silver. I think it is a very classic combo. This is very old school. You know, before there was colored glass, this was the bomb. This is how you did it. This was the only way to color stuff, pretty much. You know, it was odd, though. When I first got into fuming, especially like the silver, silver was $5 an ounce. It was $5 an ounce. I ended up buying like 300 ounces of it. I still have it. Because I may go through 1 ounce a year. All right, new flour. Y'all ready to see it? So this is Mr. Frosty. This is the ice flour. So we got Frosty going. So this is the newest one. And we're going to trim that up. Yeah, that is I love Frosty. Now, where it gets really epic is when we combine Frosty with Fume. Yeah, Frosted and Fume are two really cool combos. Oh my God, I can't break this rod this morning. People always worry that glass is super brittle. But yeah, there's Frosty. Frosty is sandblast. So there we go. Almost too bright for it. But yeah, that is Frosty. Right now I'm just covering all the items that we made from yesterday. And then we'll get into making more items here. All right, couple cool pieces that this one I don't have to trim, but I thought I'd show. So we have the uranium and fume here. So this guy is the uranium with gold. Okay, on that stem. And then the best part about this is we got the Lucy stem, the pinky stem running all the way down, and the uranium flower. So that is how that looks. This is a stunner. And that one doesn't need to be trimmed. We're going to put it off to the side for the moment. But this one is epic too. Now this one we have to trim. We have the greens going through it. So we got the beautiful greens, right? I put a green stem on it this time just to separate it. There it is in its natural light, and there. And then we got the pink UV with it. Yeah, I love that. This looks really freaking cool. No, the frosted one you didn't miss. The frosting has to be done afterwards. I don't know which one you're referring to yesterday. I did like 20 pieces yesterday. Marco, I literally had 20 different items. You have to be a little more specific. Yesterday, the last thing I did was a pen, which I have to finish this morning. All right, got that trimmed off. Yeah, this is epic. I'm going to try and pull it in up close. I don't know if it'll show up front view. Let's see if it actually pulls in. If we bring it down this way, can you guys see it at all? I just at an awkward angle. Yeah, you can kind of see the pinky. It's not as bright from back there. Yeah, bad angle. Have to do it from the side. I think this shows up better that way. Yeah. Okay, so got that done. We do have to make the pens real quick. So this is the pen from yesterday. I'm just going to come to the front screen again. Actually, we'll do it from the side view. So this has the wings on it from the for the pen, and I think I put Lucy on this a little bit. Yeah, it's got a little pinky to it. See all the little pink to it? I didn't put any in the pen itself. And then the second one with the wings is the uranium. So the pen itself has the uranium on it. Now we got to finish this one off too. But it's got the uranium pen, and then we got the glowy wings, the amber purple. Actually, this was Mega Mai Tai. So we got Mega Mai Tai wings with the uranium. And now we have to finish that. And let's pop the camera back a little there. I think my view changed a little. Hold on. There. That's better. There. Now I'm happy. Oh, man. What's up, Bale? How you doing? How's Friday going for everybody? All right, let's trim this guy up. So we're going to start off with the first pen. Just got to kind of measure it out. Right about there. So this may crack a little bit, and that's okay. It's just going to crack at the part I don't care about. Going to warm it up very slow. Okay, we'll start dropping it in the flame now. And then, of course, we have to rerun it through the kiln, but that's okay. I have to do these in two parts. It's too hard to put a punty to the left side where the main attachment is, like the back end of the pen. And try and hold it with a balance rod, a punty rod, and make the opening. It just gets to be way more complicated than I want. Okay, there we are. Tiny bit more. And then we're going to make the opening for it. So these take inserts from Bic pens. I'll show you what I use here in just a minute after I finish the opening of this. Let's go ahead and open this guy up. So this method, I call it the pick method, and it's literally just pick it open. You pull so much glass off of the front that it no longer has enough material to cover the whole surface. And it just has to open up. Then we bring it over here and create a little bit of a hole. And then we're going to use the drill bit that I use here to get the exact fitting. That's too open right now. It's too big. So we're going to shrink it down a little. This is my least favorite thing, doing small. I hate making small. Mostly because I'm, in my 50s and my damn eyes don't work the same anymore. Okay, a little bit more. All right, that's perfect. So I'm going to show you what the whole thing looks like. Let's pop it off to the side. So there is the hole that we create with it. And then that will take a Bic pen. So this is the Bic pen that I use. Oh, sorry. Sorry for my camera work. It's not real good right now. So this is the Bic pen that I use. All you do is take it apart. You got the separate crystal pen. Take the insert out like that. So you have the insert and you slide it into the glass. Now I can't do it right now because that's hot as hell. So it'll melt the pen. But yeah, that's how you do it. You take the insert out and then you slide it into the glass when it's cooled off. And then there's the hole for it like that. And it's perfectly designed to fit in there. There's the pen in its complete form. We're going to shine a light on it so you guys can see it. There are the wings on there. And there is the... We're going to cover that hole up too. And then watch. Now we got the uranium. So that's the secret glow to it. So that is pen number 1 done. And we will pop that in the kiln. And then this is the second one we're working on right here. This has the purples and cobalts. So you can see all the colors running through that way. And I did a little gold fume on the inside. And then it should be a little Lucy in the background. It's not a lot. I thought I put more in this, but apparently I did not. It's a little pinky hue to it. So it's enough. Let's go ahead and pop it back out and we'll make the entrance. Now this one definitely says a greater chance of cracking than not from where I have to cut it off. We're going to kind of gauge it. We're going to try and heat it super slow. But I can tell right now there's a hell of a lot of stress in this one. So just sit it right next to the flame before you drop it in the flame. Start skimming the surface. And then you can drag it in. It still has a potential for cracking. We're not out of the woods yet. No. Shit the bed, Fred. We actually did. Sorry. Didn't mean to say that. More money into the swear jar. Yeah, each one is a little different. You know, these are both pre-sold. Yeah, these are both pre-sold. Wait a second. Maybe the green one isn't. I'm not sure about the green one. The first one I'm not sure. This one I know is sold. I am not 1,000% sure of the uranium one. All right, let me trim this off a little bit more. I think that one I was just doing to get it done. Happy Friday to everybody. How y'all doing? You excited for the weekend? Easy peasy. Yeah, I was there when they were installing that installation at the Bellagio. I was there when they were building it. We got a private glass tour of it. My mother and I were both a part of a team of glassblowers at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas at that time. We were demo artists, and so we did glassblowing in front of the public at MGM. And they called us up at Bellagio and said, hey, you guys want to come check it out? And we were like, yeah, why not? Thank you, country. All right, so we got to open this back up a little. There it is. It's way too big right now. How did they get it in, or did they go for it there? How did they get it in? Oh, they built the ceiling first, and then they just take a bunch of plates, and it's basically a bunch of plates on there. All right, so there's the opening. It's way too big right now. It might even be hard to see. So yeah, it was a ceiling, and then they brought it down, and they started installing all the plates. It's just literally a bunch of plates on a glass ceiling. I mean, it looks cool, but technically speaking, it's not impressive. From a technicality standpoint, visually, it's impressive. Okay, so we're going to take my high-tech, this is my high-tech pen insert right here. A drill bit. And before anybody asks what size it is, I have no idea. I just went down to Lowe's and started I took a big pen with me, and I started fitting the bits in there until it fit perfect. I know it's an oddball size. Okay, and so it fits in there perfect. And let's bring it down. What's up, Harry? How you doing? All right, so this is the pen insert. Now you can see that you got the hole right there, and that's where the pen will fit into the little insert. We're going to bring this back out, and there is it with the wings, the purple, cobalt, all the way down. We did gold fume the inside of it, so we got a little bit of gold fume going on. And again, I'm going to show you how this was done. So we got this is just a Bic pen, and you just take out the insert like that. So just a normal insert, and it slides right into the glass. Now, obviously, I can't do it because it's super hot. It'll melt the pen. But I thought I'd show you what it looks like. Oh, this has to go in the kiln. Copper into an ant hole? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well, a lot of things look way more complicated than they are. So the chandelier that's behind my head, let me zoom out here. So that chandelier that's up there, that one, what if I told you that was held together with shower clips? Would that take out some of the mystery? It is literally held together with shower clips. All right, one last run of what we did yesterday and how we do it. The dolphins do not glow. This is straight up clear. I am a big fan of clear glass. A lot of people don't work with clear because it shows every single mistake. A shower clip is just like, when you have a shower rod and you have the metal clips that hold the curtain. That's it. That's a shower clip. All right. Visually. All right. Last chance at the moment. I'm going to show this. I might show it later. Photographing clear is extremely hard. I wish I knew photography. Photography is such an art form. All right. This is the green that we did yesterday. So this has a teal, a sparkle green, and uranium glass. Or no, Lucy. So notice that. And here we go. And then we got the pink. Unfortunately, this UV light is not as strong as this one. There. Now you can see it. Look at that beauty. Is that not pretty? Like that. And then we have the uranium one from yesterday with the Lucy stem. So this, I don't know which one I like. Which one do you guys like better? The uranium with the gold Okay, that's it without any light on it. There's the uranium with the gold. And then we got the uranium glow and then the Lucy stem. So this is all the pink stem all the way down with the green. Let me see if I can actually show that. So there's the pink and green meeting, and then we got the super bright UV. Black room with a few large panels made. Yeah, it's not just that though. I don't know how to set a camera, to be honest. I mean, that's why I said photography is such an art form. It's an amazing talent to have. All right, last one, and this is a new item. Well, not a new item, just a new option. And then we got to get to work. Frosty. So there is Frosty. Clear frost all the way around. I don't know if it glows UV. Let's try the other light. I don't know if it'll have a UV to it. Who knows? Remember we did the borax on it. I don't know if that'll do anything. Not really. Just has a little black light reflection. Yeah. But yeah, I like Frosty. I think it looks good. And part of the reason I am incorporating some of this stuff is because the cost of colored glass has gone up a lot. And we all have to kind of make adjustments and shift. So that's kind of the direction I'm going. We'll still be doing color, but I'm going to be incorporating colors that are useful. All right, let's take some of the glass that I had from yesterday and create an end of the day marble before we go too far. And we're going to take all these little bits of color and combine them together. So we got this one here. This has a little uranium. Why has the cost gone up? Because silver and germanium have gone way up. So we got this. I think it has the Lucy to it. There we go. So it's got pinky glow. And do I have any uranium up here? Crazy uranium. Nope, no uranium scrap. So we got the purple with the Lucy in it as well. We got the green. Let's start combining, and we're just going to make crazy. We're going to get a little crazy. Let me draw this back just a little. So I'm going to try and keep it right there so that you guys get a view. This is the marble mold we're going to use right here. So I'm going to try and keep it back a little so you guys can see when we go into the mold. But up close as much as possible. Let's start. This may crack too. Let's get it. That's right, Bayo. Thank you for saying that. Sony, I missed the color changing blue hoof. Yeah, that's pretty simple. That is just silver fuming. So when you're talking about the color changing process for smoking items, that is just pure silver vaporized onto the glass. All right, so what I'm making right now is what I call end of the day marble, even though it's no warning. I take a lot of the little scrap bits. Instead of throwing it away, we recycle it and turn it into a very unique marble. How does the one in the background light up with a light? There's just a little mini light back there. Yeah, silver creates a... If you would like me to show you silver fuming, type 1 in the chat. Let me get this melted in. Stick around for 2 minutes or less, and I will show you silver fuming. Type 1 in the chat if you would like to see the process of silver fuming. It's way better to show it than explain it all the way. And this is what people refer to as color changing glass. It used to be like, I don't want to say top secret, but it was literally top secret. There were people threatening to, you know, come with a mob to shut you up if you taught people how to do it. Bunch of gatekeepers back in the day. They were all hate Ashbury, happy, you know, happy, peace, love, happiness until you started talking about fuming, and then they turned into, you know, Al Capone. All right, we're going to trim this off, and then I'll show you silver fuming. We'll go over a quick process of it. It's a really neat looking thing. It literally is taking a little tiny silver nugget and vaporizing it into glass. And I'll show you the secret to it. We'll do the secret sauce. I got to wait for this to cool before I put it in the kiln, or it sticks to the bottom. All right. Let's grab a tiny little... Oh, do I have a little nugget? Oh, that's going to crack. That will for sure crack. Trying to find a good little example here. Oh, we'll do this one. All right, let me warm this up. So this is a straight, just clear tube. We'll show it to you from the side. Let me warm it up first. This will be a great example. We're not going to do anything but silver on it. And you'll see the color changing process. The heat source is oxygen and propane. Oxygen and propane. Okay, we're just warming this up. If I don't warm it up, it will explode. It'll explode worse than a scene out of Jackass. Okay, so but before we go too far, I do have to kind of seal this little section down here up a little. This is really thin right now. And if I try and do too much, it'll literally fall over. It's not very thick, and it doesn't take much heat to melt it. And when you got this much weight up here, it will definitely create a problem. So we're just going to heat it up for a second, pull it down like that. Okay. Now I feel okay. We're going to separate this. There we go. Just pull it apart. All right, the best option from here is we're going to go to the side view. Okay, this is going to give you a better, you're going to see it happen in real time now. Propane and oxygen, the way it works is, it's the way the torch is configured. All right, so here we go. We got all the clear right there. You can see it's very transparent. And this camera does actually have a filter on it. It does filter out some light. It's got a very light didymium lens on it. All right, on the end of here is a little silver nugget. See it right at the top? There's a little silver nugget right there, okay? Right there, see it? Now this is very magical. It happens very, very fast. And what happens is the silver becomes lighter. It kind of goes into nanoparticles, becomes lighter than the flame. And therefore the flame carries it to the silver or the glass up top and plates it like that. Now I'm going to show you some trickies here. So, little color to it, right? Now, depending on your flame chemistry, you can get it to do different things. So we're going to use a little bit of a reducing flame here. Kind of blend it in. So now we changed it, got a little bit darker. It's super plated right there. Or you can use an oxidizing flame. I'm probably doing a lesson here, more than people want to see. I'm going to just do it in one portion here. And really get it transparent. So right in the middle, I got it more transparent. I burned some of it off. There's still color there, but not as much in the top. So there are several ways to do it. We're going to add a little more silver to this. I just buried my silver. And there we go. Unburied it. So we're going to add a lot to it here. And now we got it completely silver plated. Okay. Again, the filter's throwing the color off a little bit, but you can see like that. So now we got silver on. Okay, here's the main part. When you go to do color changing glass, you want to leave as little silver as possible on the glass. So you want to leave as little as possible. Less is more. And I'll show you why. When I first started this, I had it backwards. I used to think more silver, better. Nope. Complete opposite. All right, I'm being very careful with it because I want to show you exactly what we're getting to here. So you just keep melting it in till it gets the right desired amount. Let's see if I can blow a perfect bubble in the morning. Probably not. I'm thinking of turning this into a hot air balloon. We'll see. All right, here we go. Not quite perfect. And there we go. All right. Not very attractive, right? It's still hot, so the color isn't quite perfect either. But this is why you get color changing. Now you can see the beauty of it. Like that. See? And we get those beautiful colors. Like that. Now, since we're already here, might as well go the full 9 yards. We're going to throw a tiny, tiny bit of gold on there, just at the top, and I'll show you what gold does. If I even have any left on here. I don't know if I have any gold left on here. I think I got just a smidge. All right, where are you? If you're a little gold nugget, where would you be? Yeah, I don't know if I have very much on here. I might have used it all last night. I don't see any of it left. All right, let me see if I got a tiny little bit of gold residue on one of my secondary rods over here. Nope, not that one. Well, we'll either get lucky or we won't here. Well, we'll try it. I think I got maybe just a tiny little bit left on here. This is probably going to pop off, though. I think there's a little tiny smidge of gold left on here. We'll get enough to color the top a little bit. See if there's anything left on this guy. Nope, wasn't that one. Yeah, that's toast. All right, not much. Sorry, I don't have a lot on there, but you can see we got that golden hue to it, a little bit of a pinky color. It changed the coloring. Oh yeah, that you could definitely hear that and watch it pop. So there's the gold on there with the silver. So we got kind of like that really cool looking color combo. And then if we really want to step it up for 1 second, we'll vaporize it with borax laundry soap. Ready? We're going to change that whole color. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. So we're literally using borax laundry soap. True story. True fact. And there. And now we got just a little bit different hue to it. Like that. See how it went a little more pinky? We changed it all up and we got more of an iridized blue on there. So anyway, that is fuming. That is the art of fuming. No, I'm talking borax laundry soap, for real. Like 20 Mule Team borax laundry soap. Palladium is good, but it's expensive. Platinum, I don't do because it's too freaking hot to get it melting. Platinum's too hard to get super hot. I have a little platinum. I just don't like trying to get it to do its thing. It's way more work than it's worth for the color. I'd rather take uranium and use that than all day. I'd rather have that uranium glow. Except there we go. All uranium. All right, let's zoom this back out. Oh, we are in a good spot. We're making the end of the day marble. And there's the silver. So what I do is I take a lot of scraps from little bits and I recycle them by using end of the day stuff. Yeah, that's one of the things we did last night. We made that flour. Yeah, copper's bad. Don't fume with copper. Nope, that wasn't Illuminati. That was ion. Although I'm thinking about using citrine today. All right, we got a broken wing from last night. We're going to pop it in there. This will be a fun little adventure. You guys get to see end of the day stuff. Like little adventures here. So this is how I recycle some of my glass. We just take the little bits and throw it together. Got a little scrap from the gold fuming on here. We're going to pop in there as well. Has a little color to it. Can't tell you how many people throw their residue rods away from fuming. I mean, you could do really cool stuff with it. We're going to take one more of the gold and do the same thing. Yeah, when you do the fuming, it leaves a little residue on the rods. You can do really cool stuff with it. Okay, we're going to separate that one. What else do I have? Oh, we got a little bit of cobalt here that I want to get rid of. That little scrap of it right there. Going to throw that on. What about the color? Citrine is a beautiful color. I like it better than ion, I think. To me, it has more character to it. Okay. Just have a little bit to melt off here. We're going to add a little bit more color, and then we're going to start getting this into an actual marble. It's not going to be a giant one, if everything works out correctly. All right, do I have any more little itsy bitsy pieces of glass in here that I want to throw in? You know what? We are going to throw a tiny bit of uranium. Oh, I have this one too. I have the super shimmer green, then we're going to do uranium. Just a little bit. We're going to add a little uranium to this guy. Okay, so we got enough color on there. We'll add the uranium at the very end. So this is partial, kind of the way I recycle some glass, and the other way is I'll turn it to frit, F-R-I-T, which is basically ground up little bits of glass that you can use for coloring. Okay, next step, we got to melt this other section in. I'm going to angle it this side so you guys can see it better. I'm so sorry, my throat is off right now. Something is in the air. All right, so we got that melted in. We're going to put a tiny bit of uranium in here, and before we do that, we're going to add a... Actually, I want to try pink on uranium. Let's throw a little pink in there. So a little bit of pink, let's put some uranium on. And then we'll coat it in clear and get it into a marble. What it's going to look like, I have no idea. Okay, that should be enough. We're going to add clear and we'll start forming it up. We're not far off. It won't take long now. That was the hard part. Yeah, it makes it glow under black light. What's up, Deb? How are you? Just trimmed off your pen. It's in the kiln right now. All right, so we're just going to get this round and form it up. We'll be using this marble mold to kind of shape everything out. So we just use it. It's made of graphite, basically high density pencil lead. And by the way, we did actually create a Facebook page for the Fiery Guy. A lot of people have asked. I was very hesitant because I don't use Facebook a lot. But a lot of people have asked, so I created it. We'll see how it works. We'll see what happens with it. All right, so we got half a marble done. We're going to attach the other side, get it rounded out. Bring it out here, detach, and then, like I said, we're just going to round everything out. You know, I just discovered too, these marbles, if they're about 1.5 inch, 1.25 to 1.5 inch, they make actually kind of cool wine toppers. You know? That I like. I like repurposing things into different sections. And we're going to smooth it out. Okay, we just got a little gap we have to fix. Yeah, the spam, I have to imagine, would be pretty tough. Yeah, I don't, like I said, I don't use it really, but I've had a lot of people ask for a page for it, so I thought I'd put it together. I can repurpose, you know, some of the content here and move it into Facebook. And we're getting it all smooth. So in order to get the marble super round, you always want to use a smaller mold than what it fits into. Like this would fit into this one perfect, but if I did that in two halves, you'd create a little ring around the marble. And that isn't the purpose we want unless you want a Saturn looking marble. So you go to the smaller size half domes here, and that way when you're melting it in there, it rides around the whole surface. You're not just getting a partial, you're getting it all the way around. You're a cast iron collector? That's interesting. I have not heard of that before. What's the first? Yeah, my mother started when I was 2 years old. So I've pretty much been around it my entire life. So now we just need to get this round. Actually, if you guys want a really cool side hustle, like a fun adventure side hustle, not boring, go to all your thrift shops anywhere around where you are and look for old Pyrex glass, like old, not the new stuff, the older stuff. And if it's cheap enough, buy it and sell it on eBay. You'll make a ton of money. I was telling someone to do that, I think about 2 months ago, and they messaged me and they had bought a dish in, I can't remember if it was Goodwill or Value Village or something like that. Anyway, doesn't matter where it was. But they had bought a dish in there. They bought it for, I think, $3, and it sold on eBay for over $600 because someone was missing it for their collection. But old Pyrex is worth a ton of money because it's no longer the cooking. The current cookware labeled Pyrex is not real Pyrex anymore. Hasn't been since like 1990s. It's no longer real Pyrex. It is just normal glass. And if you take a black light, you can find some uranium stuff. All right, let's get this all rounded up. Oh man, we're good. We're pretty much done with this guy. It's just a little basic marble. It'll work good for a wine topper. How do you tell if it's old Pyrex? Okay, I'm very dyslexic. Someone had told me before. So there's a big Pyrex with like the big capital letter, and then there's the old Pyrex, which is small, I think. I think the old is small, and the new one is a capital. But they changed the logo just a little bit. You'd have to, I can't remember which order it is. All right, let's see if we got any. Wow. So that is the uranium section right there. It's a little bright. We got some cobalt, some pink and purple running through there, and we got the shimmer green on the back end. So this is what I call an end of the day marble. I don't know, it's not going to glow green yet. But I like doing this instead of like throwing the glass away or something like that. Then we got one of my mods on here, Dragonfly Creation, makes these little cool tools that are marble holders. They also work for ornaments. But most importantly, people say, how do you get the marble off the stick? So you grab it here, okay? Then you come over and watch. Off it comes. Then you're left with a little punty mark right there. Let's get it right up and close. A little punty mark right there. Just a little dot. And we smooth that out. This freaking webcam's awesome. Did that look pretty clear to you? That focus was pretty damn good. Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, look at that. And bring it right up on in. You can see the little dots in there. Let's flip it around. We got the colors running through. All right, let's use a flashlight. You can see the greenish right in there. A little bit of pink and purple right there. There's the uranium green. We don't know if we're getting any uranium out of it yet. Nope. A little bit. It's starting to come out. When the uranium's hot, it won't glow. So one last run of showing the flowers before I bring them inside for a while, because Stephanie's going to get some photos. These are flowers from last night. This is the Lucy and green. So this is a tricolor. This is Lucy, which is a UV color in pink, shimmer green, and an old teal that is no longer made. So we got that color, and then if we pop it here, we get the pinks. Like that. That's the opposite on Pyrex, all caps, Pyrex. Okay. Like I said, I'm very dyslexic. So there we are. So that is the UV green. And then we have the uranium with gold right there. And that is, you can see it kind of lit up. There's the gold fume on it. And then we pop it into uranium with the black light. Then we did the Lucy stem on it. So this whole stem glows pink all the way down. And there. I like this color though. I mean, look at that. The color is fantastic. The color combo. And then we are now offering Frosty. So now we have Frosty glass. Like that. So this is the frosted version of the flowers. Now to me, this is elegant. I'm going to try it with the calla lily. We're going to try it that way and see if we get a nice little calla lily going. Yeah, very elegant. I like that one. Yeah, definitely. All right, need to take a short break for. I'm just gonna put everything on pause. So I'll be right back. I just need to run into the house. I drank a lot of mushroom coffee again. I'll be right back. So if you want to hang out, you're more than welcome to hang out. I'm going to press a quick interruption here. And I'm just going to pause. I'll be right back. And, oh, where's my pause? I think I hit the wrong damn button. Okay, 3 minutes. Start. Be right back. Okay, we should be back to good to go. All right. Okay, we are back. All right, we are back. Welcome back. Welcome back. All right, now we actually have to make some glass. We have to make a couple flowers. We are currently filling orders. And tonight, we're going to do something with the alien head. I'm going to bring this guy up for a second. I think I'm going to make a UFO with it. So I think I want to take this guy here, and we're going to make a little UFO paperweight and put this top dead center on top of the UFO. I think it'd be kind of cool. Almost looks cracked, but that's not a crack. That's the dichro. See that dichro? It's a little shimmer of the dichro. But yeah, I would love to do a little UFO in there. Which one, claimed or not? Which one are you referring to? Ghosty takes the show. I'm trying to see which one. All right, let's cut a little gold off. I definitely need more gold. There's my platinum. Got a little platinum right there. So the gold I use is a gold Canadian maple leaf. Let's see if the camera focuses on this real quick. Might be too bright. Okay, why did it do it on the... I don't know why it did it on the glass, but it won't do this. Huh. That's weird. Maybe it's too bright. Anyway, it's a gold Canadian maple leaf. And we cut that up and make it into little tiny chunks so that we can make the flowers. So we're going to cut that right now. Oh, that's a little bit, but too small. Good news is gold is super soft, so you can just cut it by hand. There we go. Then we're going to park it back in here. So this process we're going to be doing is called fuming. We're going to use gold and silver. I'm going to make a new gold rod. We're going to add a little cobalt to it. And that way I can tell that it's gold. Oh, the one I just made? Oh, the marble. The marble is not claimed. No. That marble I don't believe is claimed. I don't know if anybody had that. All right, let's get this melted off a little bit. Then we're going to pick up the gold. So what happens is I'm going to superheat this. We're going to dip it right onto the gold nugget there. The gold is going to kind of melt onto it. And then it just sticks. It's a lot of gold, though. I'm hoping it doesn't fall off. All right, we're going to use a side cam. I hope it picks it up this time. Let's see if we guys can see it. There's a little gold nugget right there. Can you see it? That's the gold. So when you cut it off, it just melts it into that little tiny chunk right there. All right, let's make a flower. I got to get these orders done. Scoop my butt in the chair and let's get it done. Does it drop? Yes. So what happens is when you start fuming it or making the process of vaporizing that gold, it gets melted and it starts running around the surface of the rod, the little ball. And if you get it too hot, it'll just fall right off. And then you're losing a ton of gold. And that's no fun. Because it's really expensive. You know what? Let's zoom it in a little. I'm sorry. That's too far out for... And we're going to be... Let's bring it right about there. And right there. Now you'll get a good view of the flower. That was too far out to see it. Okay, let's go. So we're going to do little flattening spots here, little petals. And they start out, they look like that when we get started. Just little flat petals. And then I create my taco petal. Like that. And it really does kind of look like a taco. Yeah, the camera setup's working really good. I can zoom in, zoom out, do all that fun stuff now. So about every third or fourth petal, I will show you the progress. If you guys want to hang with me while I build the flower, they don't take that long. But if you want to hang with me, yeah, about every third or fourth petal, I will show you the progress. My channel is centered around how it's made, not how to make it, so I'm not going to go super technical. We're just going to explain things pretty simple as we go along. And I'll show you the progress. Okay, we got that done, and let's do the next one. And pop it on. And there we are. So the first three with the taco petal, it doesn't look like much. In fact, it struggles to even get it to look like anything really kind of cool. So that is the first three petals on there plus the taco petal. Kind of looks like a butterfly or something. Pretty boring on that part. Now we're going to start jamming into the rest of it, though. About petals 4, 5, 6, they start looking okay. When you get up to 9, it starts filling out a little bit. And then about petal 15, it should be all full. And there we are. Thank you. Thank you, Jake. I'm just having fun. I love my job. Can I frost over color? Yes. You can definitely frost over color. You can also color over frost. There are a million little tricks and tips that you can do with this stuff. Like I said, I'm going to set up the Patreon account so I can go through and do like technical glass blowing for people that are interested in it. And then I'll have the other portion of it kind of for every artist out there that is self-employed. You know, how I go about consignments, or, you know, setting invoices up, what to look for, what not to look for, what is a 210 net 30, that type of stuff. You know, it's those things that you got to learn, and it's not fun to learn. You know, when you're in front of a big customer and they say, do you do 210 net 30? You don't want to say, what is that? What's up, Chip? How are you doing? Moon Jim, how are you? Hi, Dale. How are you? Yeah, this might just like burn it up. It would totally burn it up. And here we go. I'm gonna do two more petals and show you the progress. I forgot to show you at 456. I was jabbering and I forgot. Okay, there you are. Pop you here. All right, one more and I'll show you the progress. One, two, three. Okay. Sometimes you can definitely lose your spot. One, two, three. All right. It is very easy to lose your place on these. And it's not the end of the world if you misplace a petal. You can definitely adjust and correct it. It happens. Never panic. Could I make an apple? Yep. So now we got petals running all the way around. We're going to fill it out. Right now it's got kind of some definitely blank spots, like right on, if I'm looking at it from the top, right there, and right there. So we definitely have to fill it out. And then we're going to color it up. Just got to keep smushing. Probably only 5 more petals. And then the coloring process is a lot of fun. Yeah, it'll never look right. Just keep adding layers. That is correct. What's up, Kelly? How are you? What's up, Joe? All right, let's do 2 more, and I'll show you the progress, and then we definitely have 3 more after that. All right, 1 more here. Show you progress. I definitely have to clean the bench up a little. It's a wreck. Happy Friday to everybody. If you're just joining, happy Friday to y'all. There we go. We got the stuff coming in. And it'll all balance out in just a little bit. Yeah, it is kind of like a lightsaber. If you really want to see this torch in action like a lightsaber, go on YouTube and follow the Hacksmith, H-A-C-K, Smith, Hacksmith. And he made this brand of torch actually into a lightsaber. Not this exact torch, but this brand. And he turned it into a portable lightsaber. It is the coolest video. One of the coolest videos you could see. He literally turned it to a lightsaber. And he actually uses it, goes and cuts a whole bunch of stuff up. It's pretty amazing. Smoosh. All right, where did I lose it? Right there. So what I'm doing with this tool is I'm kind of carving up into it. Yeah, I'll show you the roses real quick. Yeah, I'll bring the roses out. Let me finish this one, Kelly. Ooh, it's getting tucked in there. I think we're good. Okay. And here we are. So we got all the petals running around. Now, one of the things I do, see that little section right there where the rod is coming up to the bottom of the petals? And see that little, where the two petals are coming together? That is the fragile spot right there. In fact, you see that little crack? There's a good example right there. See that crack? Now that's hard to see. We fix that by adding these little extensions in here, these little fake leaves. Or little petals. Are you amber purple? Or are you just teasing me? Nope, you're clear. So we fix it and secure this flower head onto the stem by creating these little fake leaves coming down. I think it adds character, but it does two things. One, it locks the petals in place. So where they're attached right there, it just brings them together and fuses it. And then it also locks the flower head to the stem. Like that. And we bring it in and fuse it all up. And that's why I do this. We'll bring it back to the side and I'll show you how it came out. So now, crack is all gone, and it's fused right on there. And it just makes it a hell of a lot stronger for that. All right, let's get the colors on here. We're going to do silver first, gold after, and then we're going to put borax on it. Then I'll show the flowers from yesterday. Sound like a plan? I think so. What's up, KCH? How are you doing? All right, let's get this thing fumed in. So we're just going to add a tiny bit of silver to it. Not much, just a wee bit. Don't want a lot. There, about like that. Going to burn it in a little bit. I'm going to leave it on the side view from here on out. Like that. So now you can see it's all kind of yellowy amber right there. Mostly yellow. This is by itself very pretty. I like yellow. See how nice and yellow that is? So silver by itself is really nice. I love that color as well. But that's not what's on order. Now we're going to take the gold and we're going to vaporize the gold on. It got yellow because I melted silver to a point where it turned to a gas and acted like a spray paint and coated the glass in pure silver. And now we're about to do the same with gold. Okay. All right, now we got it. But this is a fresh little gold nugget. It's pretty big too. I don't want it going all over the place. I don't want it falling off. A little bit more. I need some right on the outside petals here. All right, that's enough. And I will show it to you. Then we're going to actually use pure borax laundry soap and get it there. So there's the gold added to it. Like that. So now we got that purple cranberry going. A little bit of orange tint to it. Let's go ahead and add the borax on there and change it up. Got to warm it up for a second. Oh, that's a lot of laundry soap in there. All right, here we go. So this is borax laundry soap, and it is adding another layer of coating on it. It's basically vaporizing that soap into a little bit of a thing here. And I think we're good just about there. Let's see how we look. So there, we got kind of more of that orangey cranberry, which is the look that I'm looking for. So this is the look that someone ordered. This is more of the orangey cranberry. Like that. Then we turn it off. See, I like it when it's like that. You don't need a bright light on it. All right, let's show the flowers from yesterday because people were asking. So this is the uranium flower from yesterday with gold. You can see it's got the really, really bright green with the gold tint to it, and that's what it looks like just in its natural environment. But when we hit it onto there, we got the beautiful uranium green with the pinky stem. Lucy pink stem, green flower to that. Yeah, this is a cool ass combo. I definitely think I might have to repeat that. This one was absolutely amazing too. So this is the pinky glass in there, and this has a discontinued teal color in it and a shimmer green. So we did a 3-step combo on this. Like that. And put a little green stem on it for once, just to separate it. But here's where the beauty comes in. Y'all ready? Now we got the pink UV. Like that. So that is freaking awesome. This one will definitely come with a little mini UV light. Both of them will actually have a little mini UV light, but I like this one. Even without a, it's freaking gorgeous. And then our last new color option is the white. Like that. So frosty. I love frost. I think frost is amazing. Frost is a super amazing color. Mama Kelly, I will send you something a little different. I did put the light bases on. So on YouTube, I linked the light bases in my community post. Yeah, the frost one's brand new. That is literally brand new. You'd like to claim the green flower. The green flower is claimed already. I can make another one, but that one is claimed. That was already done. The frost one is not claimed at the moment. We'll definitely be making more of those too. That one's pretty simple. We just have to make it in clear and then frost it after. That's the second part of it that kind of, it's cool, but it sucks too. All right, let me get some of this cleaned up here. My bench is a total wreck. All right, there we go. Yeah, right now we're filling orders for flowers. It's really close to Valentine's, so we're finishing up the orders that we had for Valentine's. In fact, I'm going to be going through the list here in a minute. I kind of have to clean my bench. I definitely need to take a short break and clean this up. It's a total mess. There's too much going on, and I'm afraid I'm going to grab the wrong damn color. And that would suck. So give me a half hour to clean up. I definitely want to get all this cleaned up. I got all these little bits all over the place, and I don't want to grab the wrong thing. So give me a half hour, and I'll be right back. Give me a half hour.